Hi, I've been doing a lot of sleep processing on my freakouts. I'm noticing that I have different freakouts for different functions, and I wanted to just talk about them a little bit. And I'm seeing a pattern, an eye pattern, that my introverted functions, the freakouts that go with them, have a connection to the extroverted functions, the observer to observer and decider to decider. So my NI, I'm seeing my NI freakouts have a SE element to them. My TI freakouts have a FE element to them as well. So it's kind of interesting. Um, and actually, with my SE freakouts, I'm seeing an FE element to them. I just sort of processed that recently. So let me start with NI, my first function. I have feminine NI, single activated, and the freakouts that I see there are I don't have the things freak out like printers and things like that that I hear like Dave and people like that freak out over. I'm pretty good with that. Maybe it's the double activated SE at the bottom. I'm like, yeah, shit, I gotta fix this thing. You know, go do it. I don't really have those kind of freakouts, but I have the chaos freakouts where I've made some plan and I plan and I'm about to execute it, and then I see someone has thrown some chaos at me that affects me taking the first step and getting into my plan. It's like, oh shit, fucking chaos. Now I don't want to do it. Now I want to just bail on my plan. It's fucking immature. I get that, but I have to face up to these things. So this is a freak out that I do see in myself where I've made a plan. All of a sudden, someone's throwing chaos at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? No, I don't want to do that. Boom, I'm out. Where I'm seeing, and you might have seen it just there, where what I'm seeing is there's an SE element to that of I don't want to gather. It's like I have to take in SE. SE is my demon. I don't want to do it. I've already made my plan. I didn't have time to plan for this new SE that you're throwing at me. So it's like it is a chaos thing. It's an NI related freak out, but it's got the element of SE. It's like I'm being forced, or I see that I need to take in more SE, and I haven't planned for that. So it's kind of a connection there. So what I don't know how if you have never like studied meditation, mindfulness practice, I think if I hadn't studied that and gotten okay at meditating, seeing my thoughts, seeing them as they arise, not clinging to them. If I hadn't done that, I don't know how I could like work on this stuff because that's been like huge for me in a good way to be able to see the thoughts. Oh, I'm freaking out right now. That's the thing I'm trying to address and be able to short circuit that. Like, how would you even do that without being able to see the thoughts when they arise? It's like, it's almost, it seems to me like a prerequisite for working on this stuff, trying to figure out your demons and deal with them. It's like, how would you do it? So I'm seeing that when I'm in a situation and I'm perceiving that chaos is coming at me, I'm like, oh shit, I see my NI freaking out. What I'm doing now is telling myself, you're actually kind of a badass in chaos. When I'm in it and it actually happens, I don't have time to like think about it. Like, oh shit, okay, we got to do this, and I do it. So when I see that my NI is starting to freak out, that here's my plan. I'm seeing possible chaos being thrown into the plan, and I see him. I'm freaking out. I'm like, wait a minute, dumbass. You're a fucking badass. So chill the fuck out. And I'm like short circuiting that. So that's kind of awesome to see. I'm able to do that. It's a couple of seconds after the freak out happens. I'm seeing it. So Um, then we got FE is my second function. It's feminine, double activated. The FE freakouts I'm seeing are I'm perceiving that people in my vicinity are shitting on tribe values. It's like all the time. When I'm out in public, people around me, or even driving in a car and I'm seeing other cars, obviously people are driving them, and they're doing things, and I'm like, my FE freaking out constantly that people are shitting on tribe values. So I'm seeing that now. I'm like, oh, there's my FE telling me that this person over here just shit on a tribe value. I'm catching myself and I'm like, okay, do I know that that's an actual tribe value? I'm just tapping into this database that I've somehow produced in my brain of tribe values. Can I prove it? That's an actual tribe value? Can I go around and poll people and have them tell me, oh yeah, that's an actual tribe value? You should be worried about that. It's fucking bullshit. I don't know this. I can't build a nice argument proving that that's a tribe value. I look around, nobody else is worried about these tribe values being shit on. It's just my crazy wiring. I don't know why I'm building this database and maintaining it and updating it and freaking out over it. So I'm just seeing that happen, calling myself on it, that's bullshit. You don't know that's an actual tribe value. It's not an important one, even if it is. Why do you care about this? So I am seeing that the freakouts are, the amplitude is not as high, and it's not lasting as long. It's because I'm catching it and I'm calling bullshit on it quick. It'd be nice to get to the point where it's not even happening. I don't know if that's a possibility. I'm just trying to chip away at it a little bit, and it seems to be working, so that's kind of cool. My third function, masculine TI, single activated. The freakouts I have there, and like I was saying before, the introverted ones I'm seeing have a connection to the extroverted. So in this case it will be the FE. So I gotta admit these things. This is what I'm working on. My TI freakout is perceiving that someone else is insinuating that I'm stupid. And this has happened to me as long as I can remember. People will say something to me. I will perceive that they're insulting me. It's like, oh, are you saying I'm stupid or something? And what it is that they've said something that I immediately know I would never say to another person unless my intent was to call them stupid, to insult them in some way, to imply that they were an idiot. And so there's an element of FE here in that doing that to someone is shitting on a tribe value in my brain. It's like I would never do that, because to do that would be to insult someone, and insulting someone, calling them stupid, is shitting on a tribe value of don't call people stupid. So when I start to see, a couple seconds after I have this TI freak out of someone's calling me stupid, I'm like, oh wait, you would never say that. Me. I would never say that to someone unless I was going to insult them. But do I know that other person is saying that with the intent of actually calling me stupid? Do I know that for a fact, for certain? The answer, every time I've caught myself doing that, the answer is always no. That person most likely just wants to know that information because they genuinely don't have the information and they do want to have it. So they're just asking a question and I'm perceiving it incorrectly. So I'm actually catching those pretty good, and you can see the connection to FE there. It's like, I'm wondering if the other introverted functions that I don't have, SI and FI, if the freakouts around them would also be similarly connected to the extroverted, partner on the axis. Just something I was seeing, and it kind of surprised me. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. And then let me talk about the final function here, freakout. I have masculine SE fourth. It's double activated. And I've kind of already briefly talked about it. It's the freakout is someone is giving me a lot of SE, and this actually has a slight pattern. A slight connection to the NI. When I'm receiving SE from people or from the world, I'm trying to constantly see the pattern, the NI pattern. If I can't see it, I get frustrated. So that's more of an NI thing there. But just taking in SE, especially if it's SE I don't have any interest in, it's very difficult for me. I don't want to do it. Well, it's a demon. It is double activated. It's masculine. It's like, it's just not my responsibility to gather this information, this SE. I don't want it. I don't feel responsible to take it in. So I have that freak out of, I just want to go into my head and stop thinking and stop taking in any SE. But I mentioned earlier that there's a connection to the FE. If it's someone giving me SE, my FE is like, you gotta look at the person, feign that you're interested in what they're saying, but I'm not, and I don't want to take in this information. So it's like, but you can't be an asshole by showing the person that you're not interested. And I think that has contributed to my, social anxiety, the fight or flight stuff. It's like, I don't want this SE. I don't want to take it in. But I don't want to be an asshole. So, yeah, and then just, if I can't see the pattern in it, I'm out, because I'm doing all this work and I don't see what the point to all this is. And sometimes it's just an SE dump. Here's a bunch of SE. Just want to get it off my chest or whatever. So I'm not seeing a good way, I think, to get better at just taking in SE when you don't want to, except to just see how long. I don't know if you can time this, but that's where my brain is going. It's like, how long can you do it without checking out, all right, I'm done, I can't take it anymore. And then just working on doing it a little bit more, just like a muscle, just trying to strengthen it. I don't know. So if anyone else out there has a similar issue with taking in SE and you've figured out a way to make it easier to do, I would love to get some assistance on that. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear it. So, the whole point of this, learning about typology and self-growth and all this is to figure this shit out, to see, where am I having issues? I'm freaking out over here. I need to put some effort into understanding, all right, why am I freaking out? What is, for me, I have NT, sleep, NITI. So I've done that on this, is all right, why am I freaking out? What is the reason for this? What is the why? And trying to understand it. And now that I see that I got a better understanding of it, it's like, okay, I can put effort into that. The SE part is the struggle in this instance, I think. Taking in SE when I don't want to. It's like, how do you... I can see that there are situations where I don't want to do it, and it would be nice to be able to do it. If I could flick a switch where it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take it in, and be chill about it. That would be nice. I don't know how to do that, but All the other freakouts, I seem to have, at least I'm on the right path of, I'm seeing them when they happen. I'm able to kind of short circuit them, which is pretty cool. And I don't know how you can do this without like mindfulness, meditation. Like, what would be the first step? I don't know. Can't like see the thoughts when they're arising. How do you like catch them and counteract them? I don't know. If you're doing this work and you don't know how to meditate, you don't know about mindfulness, like how the hell are you doing it? I'd be curious. Maybe there's a better way. I don't know. I'm having pretty good luck with what I'm doing, so that's it. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.